Good evening, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Commander Vimal Raj, a retired naval aviator and a group testing officer. I served in Navy for about 12 years as a short service commission officer. In my first initial 8 years of service, I was into naval aviation. I was flying Dorniers as observer, now called as Naval Air Operations Officer. We used to operate a lot of radars, sensors, and then to track all the enemy warships. And then our job is to identify and then pass the information to the requisite operation center. And then the Navy has to take a call what to do with the contact. So that was my job profile for about 8 years. I have flew more than about 1,500 hours in onboard Dornier and served in locations like Goa, Arakonam, and Port Blair, and few foreign detachments to Maldives, Thailand, Indonesia, etc. And after that, I've commissioned the 9th Naval Air Station of Indian Navy. That is the youngest naval air station for Indian Navy right now. The name is INS Kohasa, which is located at North Andaman, Diglipur. INS Kohasa. I was the youngest naval officer to commission an air station in the capacity of executive officer. For easy understanding, it is the second in command after the commanding officer. I was the entire admin control was there. Thereafter, I went on to my GTOing appointment. I started with SSB Calcutta for about 1.5 years, and then in 12 SSB Bangalore for about 1.5 years. I'm sure if few of the aspirants would have already, if you are lucky, would have met in the assessment tenure. So this is my little background, and after this, I have started an academy called CCD Academy. In short, you can easily remember CCD Academy. In expansion, it is Colonel and Commander Defense Academy. That is the name of it. And in the chat window, we are given a link tree, http://linktr.ee/ccd-academy. That will give you access to all the entries available, all the social media handles available, which is being handled by CCD Academy. This is a short intro for people who would like to know what is there and who is going to speak in front of you. And next 1 hour or so, we'll be explaining in today's module, today's session, I'll be explaining what are the opportunities available for young boys and girls who would like to see them as officers. Before that, I would like to thank Captain Vipul Choudhary and then the team of Value Talks for giving me an opportunity. And Value Talks is just not an organization, it is taking all the efforts to create a value system in this society. And I thank the entire team for giving me an opportunity for that. And last session also, that there was a tremendous response from all of you. And thanks for your love. And we'll be always there to help you. Okay, to start with, the first and foremost thing, anybody would like to join as an officer in Indian Armed Forces, the foremost thing, what they can think of or what is the right age where they should think is NDA is the known opportunity by most of the people in the country where they feel like, okay, if I join or if I put my son or daughter in NDA, they can get on to become an officer. That is the first and foremost thing which most of them are aware. But if I tell you there are even good opportunities available at the same age and even more better ones, they are called 10+2 TS and 10+2 BTEC, which is provided by Indian Army and Indian Navy. Let's go one by one. If you are an individual who is between the age category of 17.5 to 19.5, or you are an individual who is entering class 12 right now, or do you know somebody who is in class 11 and class 12, what they can do is they can simultaneously start preparing themselves to join armed forces. NDA, every entry in armed forces is every 6 months. It is not one entry per year, it is 2 entries per year. Now let's speak about NDA only right now. NDA, the age category is 17.5 and to 19.5. That is National Defense Academy, which is located at Pune. When you are supposed to apply is when you are entering in class 12. Normally class 12 starts in the month of May or June. You enter the class 12. July, you can expect a notification for an exam, written exam, which is conducted by UPSC, which will be happening in the month of October, September or October, for which you are supposed to apply during the time of July. So that is when you should be aware. So when you are entering the 12th class, so you should be active and waiting for this notification. Will be called as NDA 2. NDA 1 would be released in January, which is most when you are entering in class 12, it will not be relevant for you. So NDA 2 is the most appropriate one you should apply for. And then once you applied, your October examination will happen, for which definitely you must have to concentrate and prepare. And you have to prepare simultaneously without losing on your education of your class 12th. Once you've given your examination, your results are most likely to come out by early December. And from Jan onwards, your SSBs will commence. It will happen from Jan to Feb, or maybe to some extent till March. Once your SSB is over, then you'll go for your medical procedure. And by June next year, you will be qualified for NDA. And you'll be joining July course. So if you're a class 12 boy or a girl who's just entering, for example, this year, June 23, you're entering your 12th class, you should apply in July, and then you'll be having your exams in October. And then from Jan 24, you'll be facing your SSB Jan or Feb. And then you'll be having your board exams in April. And once your board exam results might come out in May, by then you are qualified your 12th, as well as you'll be ready to join National Defense Academy in Pune. The vacancy for Army in India is 208 and Air Force is 92. And so these are the few vacancies which is readily available for you. In the NDA application itself, you can mark for Indian Army, Indian Navy, or Indian Air Force, as well as Naval Academy. These are the things which you can apply. Now, based on your performance and the merit list made by the service headquarters, accordingly, you will get your call letter for that particular SSB. Now, many a times candidate ask, sir, if I qualify the exam, go to SSB, if I get screened out, what will happen? This is one, most of the candidates have asked me this question, which means if that is the case, then you have to reappear for the exam again. So you're supposed to reappear for the exam again. You have to start the procedure all over again. So if it happens for you like this, in my opinion, what is the best bet you can do is you can enroll yourself in one of the engineering colleges. All those questions, I'll answer it. But people who have got questions, I'll definitely answer all your questions. Please give us some time. So this is one part of NDA. So simultaneously, this next notification will come in Jan. I recommend all of you to apply for your NDA one notification of Jan 2024 also. So don't wait like we'll check this results and then I'll apply again. So please apply. Whenever an opportunity comes in front of you, definitely do apply. Do not leave any opportunity. Okay, just this is 130 seconds of this thing. There is a link tree available. Whoever is, please join new. You can go to the chat window. You can find a link tree available. You can go on, click on that. That will take you to all the social media handles which CCD Academy is having. There's a YouTube channel. You can subscribe and then you can get all the notifications. Likewise, Instagram also, you can follow us. All right, now coming back. There are two better entries than this. That is called 10+2 TES by Indian Army and 10+2 BTEC, which is given by Indian Navy. Now, for these two entries, there is no separate written examination required like NDA. NDA, you are supposed to write a written examination, which is conducted by UPSC. However, for this 10+2 TES and 10+2 BTEC, there is no separate written examination. All requirement is just to appear in JEE, Joint Entrance Examination. You are supposed to appear for JEE. Your JEE will be considered as a written examination, which is mandatory for this. So once you write JEE, as such, most of you will be appearing for JEE so that you get a college for IITs and all those things. So accordingly, the moment you apply, straight away, you are eligible to apply for this as well. So the moment you have passed your 12th with 60% and then JEE appearance, you are eligible to apply for 10+2 TES and 10+2 BTEC. 10+2 TES, the vacancy is 90 every 6 months. 10+2 TES, if you clear, you will join OTA Gaya. Your initial training will be there for 1 year in OTA Gaya. Thereafter, you'll go to CME Pune for about 3 years. So after 4 years, you will get a BTEC from Indian Army. You are an engineer officer. You earn your BTEC from Indian Army. Similarly, Navy provides you a BTEC. You will join Indian Naval Academy. You get trained for about 4 years, and then you become an engineering officer. Your job is confirmed till 58 years. So you are an engineering officer. You get on to serve in armed forces, and this is far better because in NDA you get BA or BSc. But I don't say like you don't apply for NDA. I'm telling you have to apply for all three. Do not miss out an opportunity. Now let us speak about the worst case where you applied for something and then you are unable to clear an SSB. what is my next course plan? Is it taking a drop is best, or is to get on to some college and do something? Now, purely I leave the choice to you. However, I can give you some input which can help you to take a decision. Now, input number one. Now, after your 12th, if you are confused between choosing engineering or BA or BSc, this point is very important, which you have to consider. That is, if armed forces is your career, I would recommend you must join BTech, because Indian Navy is taking only BTech or BE. Indian Navy is not giving any opportunities for BA or BSc, which means if you take a BTech, there is plenty of opportunities which will be straight away opened for you from Indian Navy. Also, being a BTech, there are so many things which you can do. In addition, Army and Air Force also you can apply for BE BTech. Now coming on to, if and you join first semester, and then you can keep applying and appearing in SSB for your NDA, and then the moment if your NDA is clear, or a 10 plus 2 TS or 10 plus 2 BTech is clear, then you can straight away, you might leave the college and then you can get on. Only thing is the loss of 6 months maybe for you, but nevertheless, the opportunity and the lifestyle which you are going to gain is 1,000 times better than the 6 months which you are leaving, or whatever minimal amount of fees which you pay to the college as a this thing. So that is what you have to keep it in your mind. Otherwise, if you have got a very good college and if you want to continue with your engineering, please continue with your engineering. There is so much of opportunities available when you complete your graduation. Okay, now coming on to the opportunities available for you once you are a graduate. So 17 and a half to 19 and a half is the age criteria available for you to join NDA, 10 plus 2 TS and 10 plus 2 BTech. Air Force does not provide any BTech, does not provide any course like this. It's only either Army or Navy which is providing 10 plus 2 BTech and 10 plus 2 TS. It is the same entry. Army calls it 10 plus 2 TS and Navy calls it 10 plus 2 BTech. Technical entry scheme, BTech entry. These are the two entries which you have to keep in your mind, which is in addition to your NDA. For example, you can easily make out like almost 350 vacancies per NDA every 6 months. In addition, 90, 90, 180, almost 550 vacancies are there every 6 months. So that means like for in one academic year or one annual year, you have about 1,000 plus vacancies available for you. Now, there is one more thing which I would like to highlight before I shift on to the opportunities available for a graduate. Number one is that in any year, if you find there will be lakh plus applications applying for NDA written examination, but all those, let us say 3 lakh people apply for the NDA written examination, take it from me, guaranteed 40% to 50% of them does not appear for examination, or they don't prepare for examination at all. Just because somebody told them or somebody gave them an idea, you can apply or you can join India, they just apply it. But the active preparation towards clearing the NDA written examination is very, 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 very minimal, because there are family, there are friends, there are relatives, there are schools, administration, they all tell like concentrate on your 12th exam, which is yes, mandatory. On in that bargain, a person who is not really focused or sincere about cracking NDA written examination will not give adequate attention towards preparation. So let us assume out of 100 people, 50 of them, you take the statistics of last 10 years or 15 years, or if you know somebody, you can go and have a conversation with them and find out did they really apply and then prepared effectively, I mean effectively, for the prepare NDA written examination. You will get a 50-50 answer only, which is a very clear thing. So now again, if you are an aspirant who would like to join NDA or any this thing by clearing the written examination, this is applicable for the subsequent graduate entries also. The same strategy will work out. That is, number of people who apply may not be preparing in the same interest or Josh level when they fill the application form. When you apply, you must prepare and keep yourself on this side of preparation, not on the other side. Then your chance of losing out is more. So if you're really focused to wear a uniform, then you must always prepare yourself and keep yourself on this side of the window. Now, after that, because of some reasons, again, there are 10% of the people who does not appear for the examination on the day of examination, which is comparatively more for a graduate entry like CDSE entry and all. But for Indian, normally people just because the school has a midterm examination or something like that, they don't appear in the written examination. So these are the two things which you have to keep in your mind. So this year, if you are applying for NDA, then definitely you must always keep in your mind that you should also prepare for NDA. So these are the two things which you have to keep in your mind. Apart from that, if anybody who's taken biology, then you must have to keep one more thing in your mind, that is AFMC entry, which is in Pune, and for which again there is no special examination. Earlier there used to be a separate written examination. Now there is no special examination. Your NEET score will matter. Your NEET score is what matters. So your NEET, I am sure you are all writing for about 720. In addition, there will be a separate general knowledge and English components, and all those things will be there for about 80 marks. This makes a combination of around 800 marks. So whatever you score for this 800 will be divided by 4. That is, a calculation will be made for 200. So whatever you score for about 200, plus there will be a personal interview which has about 50 marks. So thus 250 marks, whatever you get, that will get you a seat in AFMC Pune. AFMC is Armed Forces Medical College. That is in Pune. So there you get on to become a medical officer. So you earn a free medical seat from Armed Forces, and then you get on to serve in Armed Forces. This is also an opportunity which is available for you. So this is what you have to keep in your mind. Now let's come on to the opportunities available for anyone who is a B.Tech. Let's speak about B.Tech. Because after your 12th, if you have chosen B.Tech, nowadays everybody is choosing mostly B.Tech. So when you choose B.Tech, what are the opportunities available for you? Number one, anybody who has done a graduation, you are free to apply for CDSE examination, that is Combined Defense Service Examination, which is conducted by UPS, Union Public Service Commission. Again, if you clear this examination, this is as similar to your MBA written examination. If you clear this written examination CDSE, you get a permanent commission in Indian Armed Forces. What is this permanent commission and short service commission? Only thing is, permanent commission means you get on to serve till 58, and then if you complete a minimum of 20 years, that is from the date of your joining, date of your commission, after your training, date of your commission, from that day, like let us say July 2025 after your training. So from there, 20 years, that is July 2045. That is the minimum requirement for you to earn a pension from Indian Armed Forces. So if you've done 20 years of service, then you can put up your papers, and then if you want to come out, you can come out and then do something else by earning a pension. Or if you like the lifestyle of Armed Forces, if you want to continue till maximum, you can keep going and then you can continue. There is no restriction. But you are eligible for a pension. So this is called a permanent commission, for which you are supposed to clear CDSE examination, Combined Defense Service Examination. And there is something called short service that I'll tell you after briefing the CDSE. Now, the CDSE, the written examination, which will happen for 3 things. One is general ability test, maths, and English. These are the 3 things which you have to concentrate. Now, all these are very elementary level, but only thing is, once you've done a graduation, normally we don't go back to books and we don't prepare. So here in NDA, the total is, if you want to ask me a percentage, I can say 50-50. Here it will be 30-70. Only 30% of the people who applied for CDSE written will really prepare. 70% of them will not have time or energy to prepare, because either they picked up a job or working, or they are concentrating for their higher studies, or something like that will be there in their life. So definitely the people who actively prepare for clearing CDSE exam is 30% across the country. So which side you want to position yourself in, either in the 30% or in the 70%, choice is yours. Being in 30% has got a better chance to definitely get a chance to wear uniform in Armed Forces. And now assume CDSE, when you are applying for CDSE, again there are options for Army, Navy, Air Force, and OTA. Now all these things are permanent commission, and then OTA Chennai is short service commission, for which your max score will not be counted. leaving your max, they will check your score and then they make a merit list based on which you get a call letter, qualifying call letter for SSB. Even after writing CDSE written examination, you are supposed to face SSB. Without facing SSB, no one can become an officer. So SSB has to be cleared. Okay. So this is one thing, and for which the age limit is between 21 to 24. So if your age is between 21 to 24, you have to apply for CDSE 1 and CDSE 2. Again, the timelines are generally the same. January, the notification comes out for CDSE 1, and then April examination, and then from June onwards, your SSB will start. By October, you will start your medicals, and after the medicals will get over, by your joining by December, and then you join the academy in Jan. So from date of application, your joining will be 1 year. So that is what you have to always keep in your mind. So when you're in final year of your graduation, can you apply and appear for CDSE written examination? Definitely yes. Okay. And next, similarly, CDSE, I told you, OTA, you're leaving your max scores, your OTA entries, call letters you will get, like removing your max and then remaining the other two, they check. And if you're qualifying, definitely you'll get a call letter and then same. Now, CDSE 2, the entries will open in July, for which you apply, and the next year, July, you'll be joining the academy. Again, that is what you have to keep in your mind. Don't think like I'll complete my graduation, thereafter I'll apply, means you will be effectively losing out 1 year. Like, for example, if you're 8th semester candidate or a BSc 6th semester, if you're about to leave the college by this May, that means you already missed the train. You can only appear and wait for about 6 months to get your things going. You should have applied in 6 months before, when you are in the end of 5th semester itself or end of 7th semester for a BTech. So this is what you have to keep in your mind. Now, this is one thing. Now, apart from that, being a BTech graduate, there is an entry called TGC entry. TGC, that is in Army Technical Graduate Commission, wherein you get to join as a technical officer in IMA. CDSE gives you a permanent commission, but there are few other entries which also gives you a permanent commission that you have to keep in your mind. Mostly, there's entry which is generally called as direct entries. The entries which is generally called as direct entries, that means there is no written examination, for which mostly it will be a short service entry. That is like direct entry, you apply based on your marks or score got in your graduation, that is BA, BSc or BTech. You get a call letter for your SSB and then you clear, and then you join as a short service commission officer. Now, I'll brief you what a short service commission officer is. Short service commission officers join, get trained in the same way, get commission in the same way, but you get to serve only for about 10 years. Initially, the initial engagement is 10 years. Once your initial engagements are over, then you have an option to extend your service for about 4 more years. In Army, there are so many chances you are being a short service officer if you really do perform well. Comparatively, when compared to Navy and Air Force, Army has got a better chance of getting a permanent commission. That is like you enter as a short service commission officer, you enter with a minimum period of 10 years where you have to serve with the Army. However, on your 7th or 8th year of service, you will be considered for your permanent commission. If your performance as well as the service requirement both matches, you get your permanent commission and then you become a permanent commission officer. That means you are eligible for commission. You can serve till 58 or you can come out after 20 years of service. The choice is yours. Navy and Air Force, comparatively, the conversion from short service to permanent commission is comparatively low. When I say when compared to Army, they're comparatively low. And there are a lot. So this, I hope I have not confused you, I have clarified. And now coming on to the other things, that is the direct entries. Army TGC, there is one entry where you join Indian Military Academy at Dehradun as a direct entry, and that is a permanent commission where you can do. Similarly, SSC Tech is there for OTA Chennai. So if you are an engineering graduate, straight away you can apply. Based on your college marks, whatever you scored, you will get call letter for either. You can apply for both. Nobody stops you from applying. You can apply for both. For that particular batch, if your cutoff qualifies, you get a call letter for TGC. If you don't qualify, if it qualifies for your SSC Tech in OTA, you get a call letter for that. Similarly, Navy has got plethora of opportunities. Now, Navy, we call it SSC Tech entry. SSC, if you are a computer science graduate, the Navy gives you a special opening for SSC IT. information technology. Yes, Navy gives. And apart from that, there is SSEX, GSX, General Service Executive. In Army, the force which fights on ground is called infantry. Likewise, in Navy, it is called executive cadre, executive branch. So GSX, General Service Executive, means you are the one who will be the fighting force. You are the one who will be made as commanding officers of the ships. So these are the entries available. However, now let's shift on to the Air Force. In Air Force, come what may, you have to sit and write for AFCAT. You have to appear in AFCAT. This entry is called Air Force Common Admission Test. This definitely you have to crack. Air Force has made it a point. They will not take you just based on your college marks. So definitely you have to face AFCAT written examination. Similarly, Coast Guard also started CGCAT, Coast Guard Common Admission Test. Quite some time back, Navy has conducted INET, Indian Naval Entrance Test. Now it has been, after COVID, it is on hold. It is likely to recommence. So this is one level of filter for all those direct entries, because there will be a few variations in the marks, which is given by college to college, depending on the location and which part of the country you are studied. So to get again a parity, to get a uniformity, services, AFCAT is very clear about the Air Force is conducting AFCAT written examination. Likewise, Coast Guard also started. So you are supposed to appear in this written examination. Again, for Air Force, you can write, you can be called for a flying branch and a non-flying admin branch, ground duty GD. So these are the things which you can apply for. This is the opportunities available for engineering graduates. Now moving on to BA and BSc. If you are a BA or a BSc, then your opportunities in armed forces comparatively limited. Reason being, Navy is not taking, and mostly Army is also taking. So the option you are left with is CDSE. You have to sit and prepare yourself for CDSE. In addition, CDSE and AFCAT definitely you can appear. There is nothing wrong with that. You can appear. In addition, if you are an NCC candidate who hold a C certificate with A or B grade, then there is a separate entry without any written examination. This entry is called NCC C certificate special entry, because you served in NCC for about 3 years minimum, and then you get on to get A grade or B grade in the B and C certificate examination. Especially they want C certificate only. C certificate examination, if you're having either A grade or a B grade, then definitely you have one more opportunity where you can directly go to the gates of SSB, and you will be facing only the NCC aspirants. Like whoever was an NCC cadet, they will be with you at the gates, and then you'll be facing the SSB. This is one additional opportunity which is available for you, provided if you are an NCC candidate. So these are the few opportunities which is generally available. In general, if I have to holistically summarize things, then I'll tell you, if you want to really see yourself in uniform, first and foremost thing is 17 to 19 and a half, you can try for NDA, you can try for 10 plus to TES in Army, and 10 plus to BTech in Navy, AFMC, Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. These are the 4 things where you can apply when you are between 17 and after 19 and a half. For example, let's take a scenario where you are unable to make it in this, you joined, then the better option is you join any graduate course, and then after graduation, normally I'm telling a broad guideline, normally between 21 to 24 is the peak of your age where you get to apply for forces, and then in that is what you should keep in your mind. So this is the time where you should apply for CDSE, all the direct entries like Tech, and then TGC, and all the direct entries available in Indian Navy, and AFCAT and CGCAT. This is what you have to do. There are few entries like this TGC till 26 you can go on. Now there are another few entries like logistics officer or JAG branch, Judge Advocate General. These are all few special courses like because the vacancy is very limited. So for this, you have to specifically go through the notification, and then you can get major information about what you are supposed to do. But in general, this is what. So if you are thinking 21 to 24, 17 and after 19, of these 2 figures you have to keep in your mind. And till 26 also you can still do in certain cases. This is what you have to keep in. There are candidates, I have seen personally candidates who are given 31 SSBs, 31 SSB attempts. So that means If you are consistently applying and going on and on for all those entries, then definitely there are 31. I'm not telling you should go for 31. There are so many opportunities available. All I'm telling is if you really prepare well, you can easily crack it. For all those people who join new, there is a link tree which is given in the WhatsApp group itself. You can just go and click on the link tree, as well as it's also available in the chat window. You can just go on there. Now, coming back to this, these are the few things available. In addition, if you are a CPL holder, commercial pilot license holder, you can join Indian Coast Guard in a direct entry as a pilot, because Coast Guard does not train pilots, they take the trained pilots. So it is a very smart and wise way of effectively using the knowledge which is available, or the skill which is available. So anybody, if you in this meeting who is a CPL holder, you can straight away apply for Coast Guard, and then you can get on to become pilots. So these are a few opportunities in general which is available for most of you. And if you really want to see yourself, my one more piece of advice and suggestion is that it is always better to, if you're a 12th pass guy, you get an admission in some college and simultaneously can prepare for SSB. Taking a drop and then facing SSB, there will be another 4 or 5 more questions you are supposed to answer. But if you're continuing in your BTech and then going for an SSB, there is nothing wrong with that. Because if you didn't make it when you were 17 and after 19 and a half, no problem. If you take a BTech or a BE, you can straight away having an opening for so many other opportunities once you're 21 years of age. So that is what one thing you have to keep in your mind. One more thing which I observed in last 3 years is when candidate come for SSB, many of the times they tell like, sir, after my graduation, I didn't get into a job. I am preparing for armed forces. Again, this person is comparatively not seen great when compared to a person who is picking a job, working, and then appearing in SSB. Because by virtue of working in any organization, naturally you get on to learn so many things. Few things which is more similar to grooming your own self and then to shining your officer-like qualities. That is something like your social adaptability, cooperation, taking initiative. Because you get into any organization, naturally these many things will grow in you. There is no restriction per se. So there are the 15 OLQs are, it is very simple. It is effective intelligence, it is reasoning ability, organizing ability, power of expression. Now imagine if these are the first 4 qualities. So if you are a person who is working, definitely when a job is given to you by the organization, you are supposed to reason out the problem. So your reasoning ability naturally comes out there. You have to use your brain, effective intelligence, and then subsequently you'll be planning and organizing. If they are told you to conduct some event, then you'll be planning and organizing. And then power of expression is nothing like communication. It's just a communication. Now coming on to the next set of qualities, that is your social adaptability, cooperation, and then your sense of responsibility. See, this also, it is there like you have to adapt yourself to the varied number of people who's in your office. You have to cooperate with them some point in time by doing some task. And then your sense of responsibility for the job which you are doing. This gradually develops your OLQ. Now coming on to the factor 3, that is your self-confidence, initiative, speed of decision, ability to influence others, and liveliness. Liveliness, you can simply call it as cheerfulness. So again, in your job profile, you're supposed to be confident to handle something. You're supposed to be taking some amount of initiative. You should be taking some decisions. It not be that crore rupee spending decisions, but some decisions you are supposed to make in your office or with your team. So definitely those groomings naturally happens in you. You should be able to influence somebody. So ability to influence others, and then your liveliness. Now coming on to the last 3 qualities, that is determination, courage, and stamina. Here, determination, definitely you will face some challenges when you're doing some task or some job in your office. So when you're facing the challenge, how determined are you to complete that? And then courage here, yes, definitely there is no physical courage required, but there are times where you're supposed to have your moral courage in place to put across things to the management. And then last is your stamina, how during stressful situation, how well you can do. Now compare 2 individuals, like one is a working professional, one is sitting at home and preparing. Naturally, being this guy working in an office environment, his officer-like qualities directly or indirectly being groomed just because he's working in an office. In addition, he is earning, he has got financial literacy, he has got financial independence, he is no more dependent on the parents, and then he get on to take care of himself. Once money comes into your account, you know how to value it and then how to spend it. And naturally, there are so many things which is automatically you are being groomed. When you are supposed to go to SSB, also you are supposed to book a flight ticket, train ticket, whatever. You're supposed to stay in some particular location, and so it is like you can think of these things as an additional advantage if you're working after your graduation. So my sincere advice or a tip or a brotherly advice to all of you is that you must pick a job and then groom yourself. Definitely, yes. If you're picking a job, there is one more negative, that is like you don't get so much of time for your preparation. I do agree with that. I don't deny that. I do agree with that. But a person sitting at home, maybe sitting in front of the computer and reading, or sitting and having a book and reading, but I think he cannot dedicate more than 2 or 3 hours in a day for a preparation. But personally, in my opinion, SSB does not require more than 1 hour of preparation. If you're definitely doing 1 hour of preparation in a day consistently, again, I use the terminology consistently, then definitely you are sure to clear SSB. And it is possible for a working professional to pull out 1 hour in their 24 hours for your SSB preparation, where you have more advantage. Now, if you are a sports person, if you have some certificates, if you have done anything apart from your simple, normal entering college and coming back, and anything you do extra, let it be NCC, NSS, sports, athletics, some hackathons, some competitions where you achieved something, or you organized some events in your graduation college, anywhere, all these are definitely an advantage when facing SSB interview. So these are the few things which you have to keep in your mind. And I also request all the participants in this hall, I'll be floating a Google form. Please do log in and give your views, and which will ask some amount of information about your stay requirements when you're going for SSB. So that Google form will also be floated, and you can just kindly fill in your data. That is one. And again, I'll repeat, that is like there is a link tree which is given in both the WhatsApp group. There are two WhatsApp groups. In both the WhatsApp groups, there are a few, both the link trees are given. The link tree will give you access to all the social media handles, wherein you can go like, subscribe. Like if it is a YouTube channel, please subscribe. Please put some comments, and definitely you get all the notification. You can press on the bell icon. And in addition, Instagram also you can follow. Once 15 days, we are conducting one Instagram live session where one of the armed forces personnel is coming and normally interacting, and they are motivating you to join armed forces, because motivation is one such factor which has to be kept on, because there are times we face failures. There are times we go with a lot of hope to SSB, and we might either get screened out or conference out. We get broken from inside. I do agree with that. It is not that I got recommended as first attempt. I also got 2 times screened out. You really break, but you have to bounce back. When you bounce back, these motivation sessions, or anybody who in your circle, your own friend circle or your own aspirant circle, should be there to always pull you along, or you can always look for a mentor who can always pull you along. So that thing you have to keep in your mind always. In my case, I had my NCC own friends. Personally, I am a NCC Airwing cadet. I am a best cadet state level, and then I participated in Republic Day Camp 2007, and I also participated in PM's rally. Again, there are times when I got screened out. It's only my NCC friends and my family who pulled me along. They motivated me to go on with the process. So always create a circle for yourself. I am sure this WhatsApp group itself is a very effective measure where you get to know about all the informations. And always when you face a failure, you can always bounce back by looking at the people who are always there to support you.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind.